Alright, it is demo weekend, and I have chosen to play a demo for. Okay, have you ever seen in the grocery store, like the books or the literature section, like the women's novels of the cheesy romances? Like the guys with the Fabio bodies and the hair and the shirts ripped open. Yeah, that's what I thought this was like. It's like a historical, chick lit fantasy novel. It's an interactive movie type game. Maybe a little adventure. Who knows? We'll see. I thought, hey, it's different. Why not, right? So, options. Do we have any? Yeah, we're gonna keep the subtitles on. Okay, let's just go with that. The game contains occasional nudity. We'll leave it censored for. You know what? I figure most of my channel, like I think, like 99% of my channel is men between the ages of 25 and 35, so they probably wouldn't mind the nudity, so no, we'll leave it uncensored. I mean, we can be adult about this, right? We're not 13-year-old children. Do we have sound in this, though? I don't hear anything yet. Okay. Glimpses of the future, a grilling night. Oh, I can't. Oh, knowing my luck, all the boys will start giggling, going, hee hee, boobies. I do like the sort of like stained glass window touch sort of style of this artwork here. Okay, so prologue, the drive home. For our fathers who are no longer upon this earth. We skip to a frog. And a robin.
Estranged for a couple of years, a young man rushes back to his childhood home. Dismayed by the news of his father losing his sight and inching closer to his demise, Marius, a priest in training, suspends his long studies at the seminary to be close in his final days to the man who taught him dignity and stalwartness. Under the gloom of impending death, the oldest son of Honorable Leon Rosenthal can't conceive the encouraging events that his arrival will unfold. Equally exhilarating and petrifying.
Oh, the graphics are gorgeous. Act 3? Wait, hold on. What happened to Act 1 and 2? In the previous chapters, Marius arrived home to face his not too welcoming family. After the reunion, he had an embarrassing encounter at the lake with his new maid, Irina. With the new maid, Irina.
It took him a while to collect himself after the heart-pounding meeting he had with the young maid. But in the end, Marius returned to the mansion.
What, the first two tracks?
He readied himself for an evening likely fraught with tension. Yet he seemed excited to spend time with his family once more. Or was the eagerness he felt caused by someone else entirely?
Okay, so I'm supposed to talk to Mother, check on Irina, and greet Remus. Tab to view. Now that I've had a moment to gather myself after meeting Irina, I should spend more time with my family. Perhaps I'll look around and see what's changed in the mansion since I've been away. Our first dinner together in ages is bound to be tense, and may as well try to appease everyone beforehand. What's this? Do I click on this? Oh. It's impressive, but I've always dreaded walking past it as a child. I don't like dead things, no matter how well preserved they may be. Even my earliest memories of her mother was a somber woman. Okay. Anything else interesting? I get the impulse to run away, if only for a flash, but I won't. I need to be with my family, no matter how difficult things get. Just a moment to recompose myself. Alright, so I can like stare at the hall. If I sit there. Tick tock, time flies away. One moment we're cheerful children, and the next we're preparing to bury our parents. We should appreciate the peaceful times more, especially when we're fortunate enough to live in them. Yeah, that's an interesting. Okay. There's a room to the left. There's doors there. Door here. Basement? Oh, what's all this? These are funeral towels. Okay, well thank you for being so direct. Candles to light at Father's head as he passes away. A wooden cross to be placed on his tomb. It must stay there for at least a year before we can replace it with one made of granite, stone, or marble. They even prepared his coffin. I appreciate their caution, but it feels so sinister. They bought. I guess they're prepared before he's dead, right? I'll wait before going in there. I should let Father rest for now. Spend more time with him at dinner and after. Esteemed Mrs. Rosenthal, I haven't heard from you regarding your husband's condition over the past week. I trust I left him stable. If you deemed another house call unnecessary, nevertheless, please inform me of any change, be it a loss of appetite, worsening memory loss, increase in his episodes of confusion. Anything else noteworthy. I will also make time for your family, as you well know. Please don't hesitate to call, however minor the incident. If I don't hear from you before then, I shall come to check on Leon next Thursday. Yours truly, Dr. Philemon Aminovici. P.S. I express my gratitude once again for allowing me to use your guest room during my visits. I have left sensitive documents and medication there, so I'd appreciate if you could keep the room locked. Well, I trust you and Remus completely. You do employ a maid, and it wouldn't surprise me if she were to poke around. You know how inconsiderate young people can be these days. P.P.S. Please give my regards to Remus. I look forward to chatting with him when I come over, unless we happen to run into each other at town. Okay, so who would I call? I haven't made any close friends at the seminary. Okay, so he's what, the son of the first wife? Who, after she died, what, he got shipped away to seminary school? This looks like the dining room. That looks like Mother. Stepmother. Mother was always a graceful woman, but never more so than when she played the piano. Father would often ask her to play for him. Would you soothe my mind again, my love? She would stop whatever she was doing and play a mesmerizing tune when Father sat next to her, tears in his eyes. Oh, hold on. Grandpa was a kind man, despite what his military demeanor suggested. He was certain we would continue our family's military tradition. Perhaps it's for the best he's not around to see his grandchildren have no such intentions. Unless that's his mother. She's just older now. Father had the utmost respect and deep love for Grandpa. He always told us how he would be lost without his castle in the darkest moment of his life. He never gave us details, but I suspect it had to do with helping Father recover after he returned from the war. I see. He's got, like, the military saber. What's this? Why do I have, like, a pick-up hand icon there? I guess we're not picking up anything. What is this? There's plenty of music and laughter in our house. When Father returned from the factory, he'd often dance around with us. Mother would scold him, but she always ended up in his arms with the big smile on her face. Let's hear listen to. Is this the mother? Oh, good evening, Mother. Oh, she's still alive. Okay, good. Katrina, you took your time sending that girl back. I had some trouble finding her. Oh, and where was she? Under a rock somewhere? No, Mother, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for, child? It's not your fault the girl forgot her place just as you returned home. I already gave her a piece of my mind. Come now, Mother, it wasn't like that. We just spent some time introducing ourselves. I'm watching you, boy. I don't know what disgraceful habits you picked up while away, but this is a respectable house. You'd do best to stay in line. Of course, Mother. How come you hired Arena? I needed help. She happened to be along at the right time. and that's all there is to it. She seems young. Did she have any experience? Who recommended her? Well, aren't you taking a bit of interest in her? All you need to know is that she's done a good job so far. Never stepped out of line, well, not until tonight. You're already a bad influencer on her, aren't you? Moment of glare, but who introduced her to you? Deflecting my questions, that only makes me more suspicious of your intentions. Please, Mother, stop this. I'm trying to have a conversation with you and ease the tension between us. Oh, fine, it was one of my friends who sent her here. Who even remembers? Perhaps Lady Dimitrescu, or was it Lady Carmilla? Honestly, it matters little. The point is, the girl is more than adequate for the job. Does she have any family? My dear boy, if you're so curious about the girl, I think it's best you discuss it with her. Lord knows, she might even enjoy the attention. Now if you go and remember to behave properly. His father retired to his room already. Yes, he felt a bit under the weather. He seemed to be doing well enough when I arrived today. It was one of his better moments of late, likely from the excitement of seeing you again. But he is resting now. Will he not join us for dinner? Perhaps he will. Go check with Irina if she's almost ready. Then help your father to the dining room if he can muster the energy to join us. Alright. Swords. One can tell we come from two military lineages. You get weapons, trophies, and portraits of war heroes decorate our walls. Our grandfather on Mom's side, a stern man. I suppose Mom inherited that from him, along with his toughness. He and Grandpa were good friends, so naturally their children married each other. Okay. Let's see here. You sit on everything. What's this? I don't need anything from the pantry. Or at least the backyard. I'd rather stay inside in this weather. I haven't had Mother's pie in a while, but Irina made this one. I'm sure it will be tasty, but nothing compared to Mother's pumpkin pie. I didn't have a chance to drink any coffee today. Though considering the late hour, it would be unwise to have some now. I remember, where do I fit? I remember the night sky, the stars. I recall looking down at the lake. A wish cast into the abyss. So many things back home are blurry now. I am barely a shadow of who I once was. I'm not even certain anymore if it was all real or just fabrication. Was that truly my home? Did he really put me through that much pain after he swore he'd always protect me? When I woke up in that dark, cold place, I was so frightened I ran and ran until I had clarity. The excruciating pain gave me purpose. I would be free again, no matter what. I would cut all ties to those who wronged me, and when everything that kept me bound in the past was gone, I would finally understand who I could be. I can still be someone, can't I? There must be some place for me, some purpose. If I can't go back, then I must only look forward from now on. Alright. That smells delicious, and even if it didn't, I'm so hungry after today that I'd eat anything. Good evening, Irina. Oh, hello, Marius. What are you cooking? It smells delicious. Rabbit. I don't like the smell of cooked meat. But if you like to eat dead animals, I imagine it must be a treat. I'm off to a good start again, I see. Did you get in trouble with Mother? A bit. I'm sorry, it wasn't my intention. I shouldn't have kept you. No, you shouldn't have, but do you regret doing it? Well, if it meant getting you scolded. But we also got to know each other a bit. Yes, I'm glad we did. I'd like us to be more friendly, but I think I'm mostly stepping on your toes one way or another. You're not. You bring a bit of excitement in an otherwise dull life. So, friends? Oh dear. We'll start as friends, sure. We'll start? Careful what you say. You don't want us to end up enemies. Banish the thought. Is dinner about done? Almost. I should go help Father to the dining room then. You could, or you could spend another minute with me, but only if you think I'm good company. I think I should do. Father's sick. Let's not be too mean to Father. And plus you already got her in trouble by spending too much time with her. Oh no! Oh no! He hit his head. He fell and hit his head? Father, are you alright? Night, I called. Why? I don't understand. What are you trying to say? My dear, my pain. I saw red. Father, please, you're not making any sense. Why did you want to? You know I couldn't. Stay here, Father. I'll get help. Try not to move too much. Father's hurt. What could have happened? I found him bleeding on the floor. He's conscious but rambling incoherently. It's clear I won't get any sense of him. I best assess the situation quickly and then focus on helping him. I find all these preparations for Father's supposedly intimate death rather unsettling. Uh-oh. Dear colleague, we were deeply saddened to learn that some time ago you are no longer in good health. The news came as quite a shock to all of us in the Artisans League. You've always been the most spirited among us, constantly planning your next big project. On behalf of all the members of the League, I wish you a swift and full recovery. We're certain you'll be back with us in no time, ready to astonish us once again with your new creations. Take care, dear friend, and know that you're greatly missed. Yours truly, Lord Paladate. Okay, so, hold on. Can we inspect him? He hit his head. The wound looks rather deep. The bleeding seems to have stopped. There's a lot of blood. Oh, Father, what happened here? Why are there so many books and notes? I thought his vision was failing him. Did he briefly recover his eyesight? Moment of clarity. I believe I remember now, but how could it be possible? Then again, our history is rife with such inexplicable occurrences. I've always known I was long overdue to pay for my despicable actions, but why torment only my mind? No, this is merely the beginning. The worst is yet to come. I must tell them before I forget everything again. Tell Mother, ask Remus for help. It's locked. Father is youth with his hunting companion Milton. Father named all of our dogs Milton for reasons known only to himself. Best thing about a stuffed animal is that, unlike its live counterparts, doesn't turn its head to follow you around. Do I not call the doctor? I don't remember this clock. For some reason it looks oddly familiar. We did not call the... call the frigging doctor. Look, there's something happened to Father. He's hurt. What do you mean he's hurt? What happened? He hit his head. I don't know. Maybe he fell. Someone clobbered him? Don't be ridiculous, child. Who would hurt Leon? He must have fallen again. Lord knows how many times I've found him on the floor myself. Come, let's patch him up and he'll be fine in no time. You don't seem too troubled. Listen, Marius, I understand this is all new to you, but we've been dealing with these sorts of things plenty in the past months. Now come help me with your father. Put him back into bed. There, see? He's perfectly fine now. Well then, let's let him rest. Shouldn't we call the doctor? At least to have a look at him. Better to be safe. I will not bother Dr. Philemon for a trifle. It's just a little cut. I don't know, Mother. It doesn't seem wise to me. It's good you're not the one in charge, then. And I've said my final word on the matter. I guess I'll pray for Father's help tonight. Certainly that will fix him right up. Mother, please, you can't say such things. God is always watching. I know you're not much of a churchgoer, but if you would have lived as long as me and went through all the things I went through, you wouldn't waste your breath either, child. God will help those who ask with belief in their hearts. Well, there's no point in me asking then, is there? I'll leave the praying to you. So, the dude is religious. The son is religious, which makes sense. He was in seminary school. He got indoctrinated. But the mother is not even remotely religious. I have no one to call. Says I was supposed to... Okay, fine. So I have to find Remus. I haven't found him yet. I'm not allowed going outside. Is he upstairs? Is he like the butler or something? This used to be my room. Why does Mother keep it locked? I don't need to use the toilet. The mischievous Rosenthal brothers, always playing together. We had a good childhood. Oh, Remus is his brother? What's this? Oh, we get a puzzle. I'm guessing... Do I just pick anything? Oh, I can. Okay. I'm guessing I have to move all this stuff up. Oops. Let's try and hit the one over here. Okay. Memento found. Sure. Remus, how many more times must I remind you to keep the noise down when Dr. Philemon stays over? I do appreciate you're on friendly terms, but the commotion is keeping me up half the night. Just because I have a good grace not to come in there and spoil your cheerful mood doesn't mean I'll tolerate this indefinitely. I simply don't see why you insist on staying cooped up in your room when you could just as easily chat in the greenhouse without bothering us. It's good to hear you laugh, child, but honestly, try to be considerate of others. Your father and I do need our rest. Okay, so oh, that was his mother when she was younger. Mom was such a beautiful bride. Young too, she was only 19 when father was in his 30s. Okay, so she married a much older man. Which is normal, I guess, for some families. I have no business in father's study. I don't want anyone to think I'm snooping about. Okay. At least I wasn't completely forgotten. I would wager mother would have preferred I remained a child. Good little Marius, always doing what he was told. Locked. Since when do we lock so many doors in this house? There's the brother. For an estate that employs a maid, there certainly seems to be abundance of forgotten coffee cups. Best not to forget. Mention that to her if I wish to stay in her good graces. Okay. We got a Marius and Remus Rosenthal. So are you the older or the younger brother? Father's craftsmanship. The reason why Rosenthal name is renowned. So they made stained glass. Father's hurt. Oh, I guess he's the older brother. Again? What happened this time? I don't know. Mother thinks he fell. We patched him up together. Well, aren't you the hero that saves the day, big brother? Yep, okay. Aren't you worried at all? Is he conscious? Barely. He speaks nonsense. Ah, I see. So it's another Tuesday then. Carry on, brother. How can you be so callous? I just got used to it in all those years you were away. Now stop acting like a little accident is some remarkable event. You can take care of father when he stumbles from now on, as I've done countless times before your return. Okay, so they all think it's normal. Okay. Now, one person is worried, huh? Mother's with the father. What about the nurse? I'm not nurse, maid. Marius, is everything alright? My father's hurt. Oh no, what happened? I don't know, we found him on the floor with a wound on his head. I'm kinda glad I went to immediately go find him then. Goodness, that sounds terrible. Is he fine? Did you help him? Yes, Mother and I helped him to bed and patched his wound. Good, you did well, Marius. I'm sure it must have been quite a scare for you. You have no idea. I've never seen my father like this. Did you hear or see anything? I'm not sure if it's my place. What on earth do you mean? Rena, please tell me if you know something. Listen, I don't know much. I just heard some commotion, shouting maybe coming from your father's room. Shouting from who? I don't know, I didn't pay much attention to it. Your family aren't strangers to fighting and bickering. What do I know? It's not my place to interfere. Irina, I'm sorry you have to witness such things. Oh, it's fine. Thank you. Who would want to hurt him? I wouldn't dare to say someone wanted to cause him harm, but look, Marius, I don't want to get any more mixed up in this. I'm just a servant, and if your mother or, God forbid, your brother here I'm running in my mouth, I'll be cast out. And I really don't want to leave, especially not now. Don't worry, nobody will send you off. I won't let them. You mean that? I do. Thank you for telling me. Have I not made even more of a mess? No, I promise you didn't. Should we call Dr. Philemon? What are you talking about? Your mother hasn't already called him? No, she said there was no need to. But that doesn't make any sense. Your father's hurt. That's what I said. What's happening with your mother tonight? I can't believe she would be so... I'm sorry, I know it's your mother and your mother is my employer, but that's just irresponsible. I think so too. Well, let's do something. Just say the word and I'll call Dr. Philemon myself. Mother would be furious. It's your decision, but it won't be the responsible thing to do. And I know you haven't stood by when someone you loved was hurt. You're right, let's call him. Alright. Phone! Good evening, Doctor. I'm calling you on behalf of Marius Rosenthal. Yes, that's right, Master Leon's eldest son. The reason we're calling is because Master Leon had an accident this evening. We think it would be best if you could come check on him. He has a head injury and lost a good amount of blood. Yes, he's stable for now. Thank you, Doctor. We're grateful. We'll be waiting for your arrival. So the doctor is a friend of the sons, the younger sons. Alright, next character. Good evening. Good evening, Doctor. I'm Marius, the eldest son. Pleased to meet your acquaintance. I wish it was under better circumstances. Now, is the patient in his bed? He is resting, Doctor. I patched his wound. It was nothing serious. I wish my son wouldn't have bothered you for no reason, but I'm afraid he got carried away despite his mother's words. Leon's health is of the utmost importance to me, Lady Rosenthal. In fact, I'm quite surprised you hadn't called yourself. This isn't like you, dare I say. Heavens, whatever you do mean, Doctor. It was just a little wound, hardly anything to cause a fuss about. Any injury to the head can have drastic consequences, my lady. I don't want to interfere, but Father was doing fine this morning, and now he's talking gibberish. Well, it's clear you both know better. If I hadn't planned on getting reprimanded this evening, so if you excuse me, I'll leave you two to check on my husband. Please take your regular room and stay the night after you're done, Doctor. I insist. Alright, so the doctor is probably seeing the father. How's my father, Doctor? He's stable for now. I'm worried about him not making sense, but it wouldn't be the first time. There's blood from his wound on the carpet. Was he bleeding heavily when you found him? It didn't seem so. My mother patched him up. It seemed like the bleeding had stopped already. Regardless, I think it's best if we don't take any chances. I'd rather we do a transfusion. You have the stomach for it, don't you? You look in good health. Certainly, whatever you think is necessary, Doctor. I want to ask you about his condition. Of course, what do you want to know? Well, I don't know much really, only what Mother and Remus told me, but we didn't have a chance to get into much detail. It began with episodes of confusion. I'm sure your mother already told you. He had trouble recognizing people. I started seeing your father about 8 months ago. At first I thought it might be because of his age, you know, old people getting old. But his symptoms are complex and, dare I say, inexplicable. There's no literature on such ailments. Lady Rosenthal describes him as a fit and vigorous man nearly a year ago. His mind was bright, but no signs of deterioration, and look at him now. Old age doesn't take such a toll in barely a year. At this rate, he won't be long for this world. Is there nothing that can be done? No treatment? I tried, of course I did. Nothing worked. Medicine, ointment, changing his diet. No one has a clue what else to try. So what do? Just wait for him to pass on? Okay, honestly, I find the new maid suspicious then, because if she shows up and then suddenly he's being deteriorating, that would point to her being potentially poisoning him or something, or someone else potentially poisoning him due to some other conflict. Anyway, so what do? Just wait for him to pass on? I'm afraid there's little we can do, bar from some miraculous medical breakthrough. We must be cautious so he doesn't hurt himself again and rush his demise. Try to keep his spirits high. Don't leave anything you want to tell him unspoken, and make peace with the unavoidable. You practice for long? What a polite way to inquire about my experience. I studied at the Royal Academy of Medicine, and I served as physician on the front lines during the war. When peace was brokered, I offered a position at the Cantacuzino Health Institute, where I practiced for 8 years. And I started working as a private family doctor 3 years ago. You do the math and tell me if my qualifications are satisfactory. They are, and I apologize. I didn't mean to be rude. That's quite alright, young man. I'm glad Leon now has 2 sons to keep a responsible eye on him. Do you know Irina, our maid? What a curious question. I suppose you're right. Well, yes, of course I know her. I was bound to bump into her every once in a while during my visits. Why do you ask? No reason, now I think about it. Young man, do you often feel the need to bring up someone for no reason at all? Are you also starting to experience your father's symptoms? No, I assure you I'm quite well. Must be some other reason then. What could it be? What could make a man think about a young and, dare I say, not too pardon the eyes damsel in the most inappropriate of moments, just as his father lies hurt in bed? I guess we'll never know. My family's grateful for your help. It's my duty. I just wish I could do more for Leon. Regardless, both my mother and Remus speak highly of you. Even Lady Rosenthal? How curious. She always seems ready to bite my ear off. But alas, it must be her way of making sure I do my best. I'm not sure that she's too delighted by my friendship with Remus. So you're friends with my brother? Yes, hasn't he mentioned it? We're like 2 peas in a pod, despite me having a few years on him. Well, maybe more decade or two between friends. Is Remus less uptight around you? Ha! The boy is just fine around me. We have a good bond. So he's just not keen on seeing me again. I feel like he didn't want me back. Yeah, young boys are always threatened by their older brothers. I wouldn't read too much into it. We used to be closer. 2 years apart can change a lot between people, even family. What do you need for the transfusion? I left the transfusion kit here a couple weeks ago. It seemed like a wise decision now. I've left it with Remus. He most likely keeps it in his study, but perhaps you should ask him where he put it. Just the kit then? We'll also need a vial of anticoagulant. It must be in the same place as the kit. Not even Remus can be so distracted to replace it anywhere else. But don't tell him I said that. Bro, where you put it? Where you put the med kit? Did you fight with Father this evening? Yes. You did? Yes, then I hit him in the head. I also wanted to kill him so I could inherit his fortune. You and Mother are next. Can you stop being an immature child? Only if you stop asking stupid questions. Dr. Philemon is here to check on Father. Suppose you've proven yourself useful enough to call him, so you agree it was a good idea. Mother didn't seem to think so. Dr. Philemon is welcome here any time. I don't care what Mother thinks. At least I'll have a proper talking partner this evening now that he's here. So run along and finish your business with him. I have important things to discuss with our dear doctor afterwards. I didn't realize you were such good friends. He's the only mature and educated person enough to understand me. I see. I'm glad you found a friend. I wish we could find a way to reconnect too. What's the use? Father will die any day now, and you'll be off to some parish in the middle of nowhere soon after. You'll never know what the future holds. We can still be brothers even if I move away again. I'm good, thank you. Go on, Dr. Philemon is likely waiting for you. You know where the transfusion kit is? It's in the study in the cupboard. Alright. You went behind my back and called the doctor anyway. Have you no respect for your mother at all? I did what I thought was best. If you care about your father, you have no reason to get upset. How dare you? Now you accuse me of not caring about my husband? No, Mother, I just don't understand. It happens all the time. He keeps falling and hurting himself. I didn't see any reason to disturb our good doctor and pay for his services. Cough. I'm disappointed in you, child. It seems your time away has lost all of your respect for your mother. I'm sorry, but my decision wasn't out of lack of respect for you. It was out of my worry for Father. Or maybe she wanted to keep the doctor away from her younger son? Why, are they lovers or something? Anyway, you may be accustomed to seeing him hurt, but I am not. This is all new to me, and honestly, it's quite frightening and disheartening. Suppose you're making sense, and it's good to see you take responsibility. Maybe you have grown a bit to respect you, Mother, and love you. As do I, dear child. I'll soon retire to my room for the evening. Please assist Dr. Philemon with whatever he needs. Why is Remus so bitter towards me? Who knows what set him off this time? He's always angry, disrespectful, or sulking. I'm worried about him. He doesn't seem like he's had a good life. Well, who would? The son of a noble family, anything he could want in his reach, the chance to run a well-established business, the guaranteed respect of his peers, it must be dreadful. Maybe what he wants is your approval? It always seems to elude him. Not this again. I am his mother. My duty is to teach him and steer him back to the right path every time he strays. And he strays too often for my patience. What is it that he does that makes you so discontent? This isn't a topic for tonight. We have plenty of time to speak of it. Lord knows I need someone to consult with. I just want that boy to settle into a respectable life already, but he doesn't understand. We'll find a way, Mother. I know you wish him well. Relieve the doctor had time for us. He's too kind and accommodating. That's why I don't want to impose on him yet again. I can see why I have such high esteem for him. He seems so poised and knowledgeable. But have you ever asked for a second opinion about Father's condition? As educated as he may be, Dr. Philemon could be in over his head with this case. I have complete confidence in him, and he assured me he has debated your father's symptoms and, of course, treatment with several other physicians. Did you or Remus fight with Father? Fight? Why would I fight with Leon? All I do is care for him. As for your brother, I haven't heard any squabbling between them. Why do you ask? Irina said she heard shouting coming from Father's room before the accident. Ugh, that girl has her head in the clouds today. I keep telling her to stop reading those novels that make her imagination run wild. There's no drama or plot in this house. Just a regular family trying to make it through some very difficult times. Philemon wants to do a blood transfusion. Ugh, I think our doctor is letting himself get a bit carried away this evening. Hardly seems there was enough blood loss to justify it. Regardless, I think it can't hurt. you seen the transfusion kit? It should be in the study. Remus is using that room now, so it's a mess, as you'd expect. But you'll find it in there. Alright. In here. Father soars. Remus and I always wish we could play with them. Perhaps now we can, although with the current tension between us, it may be unwise. Father served as an officer in the Second Army during the Independence War. He doesn't like to talk much about it, but I know he's proud to have worn the uniform. Oof. Okay, what's all this stuff? Mr. Remus Rosenthal, I find myself in the regrettable position of having to write you yet again. I sympathize that you were placed in a difficult situation when you were compelled to take over your father's responsibilities at such a tender age, but we cannot abide by your continued disregard for our agreement. The debt you owe must be settled without further delay. We too have workers who relied on their wages, and these men labored diligently to supply the materials your factory requires. That you can overlook your obligation to them with such indifference is utterly unacceptable. This would never have occurred under your father's steadfast stewardship. In respect for your family, I've been patient long enough, but it no longer. Settle the invoices we have sent, or there will be no choice but to escalate matters to the authorities. Yours sincerely, Bartholomew Dima. Uh-oh, brother's not doing a good job managing the business. Remus is smoking now? I suppose it couldn't have been easy to handle everything after father became ill. This isn't father's old typewriter. I suppose Remus felt the urge for something new and shiny. He always had a fondness for getting new toys. I need the key. Remus seemed to have turned into quite an avid reader. I prefer live birds, honestly. Okay, well there's the... I need to find the cover key. This must be for father. I wonder how often he needs to get a shot, or what exactly they're injecting him with. I don't want to be indiscreet. Besides, it's locked. Okay, that brother's sleeping back there. Interesting. Key. I guess the brother's the one who would have the key. Where's the cover key? It's locked. It's in my pocket. Give it to me already. As long as you promise not to snoop around, that's my study now. I don't have time for your nonsense. Give me the key so I can help father. Promise not to snoop? Yes, yes, I won't snoop. Key, please. I already did snoop, so... I won't snoop more? This wasn't here before. Mother and her fascination with horses. I have never been a horse person. Pick. Alright, there we go. Down we go. Here you go, Doc. Have everything with the transfusion. Excellent. Get yourself ready while I set everything up. There's not much room in here, so I'll let you handle the instruments. I'm sure you'll figure them out easily. You're an educated man after all. Wait, I have to fiddle around with a needle in my arm? Because when you're frightened with a small needle. Young man, if I only told you of the horrors I had to treat during the war. Fine, fine, I'll do it. Was I supposed to find Irina? Well, we'll do this first. Read. Install the pump, pour the anticoagulant in the container, and insert the needles. Okay, so install the pump. Pour anticoagulant in the container and insert needles. Do not transfer blood into the donor's arm or draw blood from the patient's vein. Okay, so make sure you're going the right way. And make sure the anticoagulant is in the thing before it goes to him. Mix it with blood in a collection container and avoid drawing it unmixed into the pump. 20 cls of blood into the pump from the donor's vein. Draw 50 things of blood into the pump, the donor's vein. Don't overflow the collection container by placing it in more than 50 of blood mixes. Huh? What does that mean? So 20 in. Don't don't go up to 50? Don't overflow the container by placing it in more than. So it's like it goes up to 20, then I add 30 anticoagulant. Is that what you're telling me? And then I fill the rest with blood. I'm confused. So where's the pump? Install the pump. Pour the anticoagulant in the container. Okay. Then and insert the needles. The pump draws and transfers blood. Collection container holds the blood mixture. Transferred out indicates how much blood is transfused. You don't want it to go higher than. Always draw 20 of blood into the pump from the donor's vein. Uh, I'm confused. This is into the. I mix my blood with the anticoagulant. Okay. How do I mix it? So this is going up from me into this thingy. This is going. I would have thought it went down into this thing, and this keeps it down to this thing, right? Okay, so this goes up from me into the thing. This goes down into this thing. Push it all into the context and not in. Is it like that? I mean, I'm pointing down into the container, right? What's this say? Blood goes up. Blood goes down. Blood flow stops. Okay, hold on. There we go. Like that. And then we go that way. Okay, so then we go stop it again. And then we go. Alright. That's it. 80 centiliters of blood. Thank heavens it's over. I'm feeling a bit queasy. You managed after all. Wasted some blood, I see, but at least you got the job done. Well, we wouldn't have wasted anything if you'd just helped me yourself. Don't worry, young man. You'll survive. Eat something sweet and get some rest. Do you think my father will be better by tomorrow? He should be fine. We've done everything we could for now, so I'll retire for the night. I wish you a peaceful rest and sweet dreams. Thank you, Doctor. Good night. I hope father feels better after the transfusion, as I certainly didn't enjoy it in the slightest. Okay. So... can I at least have some pie? You know, some water, a drink? Okay, we've already read that. Coffee? No, coffee would probably be a bad idea, right? Where did Irina go? Nope. I'll just leave that shut then. It's locked. Can I take my old bedroom back? Fortunately, it's not available anymore. We've made some changes around here since you left. Remus is sleeping in our old master bedroom. He said he could use his privacy, so I've moved into his old room instead. And Leon, as you know, sleeps downstairs in the guest room. With Dr. Philman coming over so often, we need a room for him to spend the night. And that would be my old bedroom. Indeed. Mother, if all the rooms are taken, where do I sleep? Surely not on a couch somewhere. I've asked Irina to prepare one of the upstairs bedrooms in the old house to make it as comfortable as she could for you. I know you used to love that place, spent as much time as you could with your father there. I didn't think you'd mind settling in there. I see. It's no trouble. I suppose I have to re-earn my right to sleep in the same house as my family. Oh, hush, child. We're not casting you away. It's just sleeping arrangements, that's all. It's fine, Mother. I understand. Besides, you won't be alone in that old house. Irina has her room there. Perhaps you'll have some evening tea together. You said I should leave the poor girl alone. Now you send us to sleep in the same house. What are you scheming, Mother? You'd better be a gentleman with her. If she only hints at getting any trouble from you, I'll cast you off the property in a heartbeat. I'm your son. Should you take my side? What? Why would there be a side to take? How dare you, you insolent. I was jesting, Mother. Your temper is severely shortened. Good night, Mother. Good night, child. It's good to have you back home. Okay, too much commotion. When I saw this morning on my journey back home, I never expected this somewhat intense day. But I never could have predicted the events that unfolded despite my effort and my good intentions. Why do I feel as though I'm being shunned? Where's my medal of bravery? Regardless, I can only hope that tomorrow will be less tumultuous. Alright. So you took our parents' bedroom. I did. Do you have a problem with that? Of course not. I don't understand why, though. Marius, you're older than me, but for some reason it doesn't surprise me that you don't understand. You probably don't need much privacy when you're praying all night long. And what do you do all night long that you need so much privacy for? Not praying, that's for sure. You can use some praying, and you can use some not praying every once in a while. Makes you wonder, why did he go to seminary school? A lot of people in old age did that because they got free educations. They were looking for the education specifically. Okay. Oh, now we're going to Act 4, Unwilling Temptation. Uh-oh.
Marius had expected the evening with his family to be exhausting, but never so eventful. It was time for some much-needed rest after a long day. But with the myriad thoughts swirling in his mind, would the night give him respite, or more torment?
Mr. Remus Rosenthal, I once again am writing you with regards to the new design as you've been promising us over the past few months. I've yet to see any satisfactory results despite having paid you an upfront fee in June. Please present your final proposals by the end of next week, and not the disgraceful pieces you attempted to deceive us with last time. We paid for genuine Rosenthal beauty and quality. If the family is no longer able to meet its own standards, we demand our money back. We have until Friday, and we shall conclude our business one way or another. Oh, he's not able to keep up with the family business. This feels excessive. obsessive almost. So the brother likes plants. He's not liking the glass making. Who's growing it? Harina or mother? Is she growing it or is they're not that bad. That's the father's work. So much struggle, but the results are lacking. Okay, so the brother's not as good at this at the stained glass as father was. Given enough time to practice, this could develop into an interesting new style. But as it stands, it feels like it's trying too hard to compensate for a lack of talent. How did father manage to impress everyone with his damn designs? Nobody likes what I try to create, and I hate every moment of it. I'll just stick to copying his work until they all grow bored of it. Then the factory will go bankrupt, and I'll finally be free of the cursed responsibility. I want to travel hand in hand with my lover without anyone telling me what I can and cannot do. Okay, so maybe the brother is having a fling with the doctor. Looks like a cheap knockoff by someone who doesn't understand anything about father's craft. It doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's not as gorgeous as this one. It's not as colorful, bright. Yeah, the colors are bleak and uninspired. Looks like he likes darker, moody stuff. It's not bad, but certainly not father's style. I shouldn't disturb Arena if she has retired to her room. Place in dire need of some organization and a good tidy up. My darling, I'm putting these words to paper for fear of not being able to speak to you directly. I don't want you to think I'm overstepping. I know my place well enough. Even though you've told me repeatedly that I mustn't think so poorly of myself, and I know your pain. Looking at this new future that is opened ahead of us, I can't help but think we would have had a chance at true happiness elsewhere. Let's move away from this cramped place that suffocates our heart. Let us breathe freely once more so that I may become the dignified wife you deserve and that your soul may be unshackled from the past. I promise I'll never ask for anything as preposterous as this again. Grant my wish. You will give me the confidence of knowing so much how much you value our marriage. Why suffer any longer within these walls filled with painful memories, my love? Let us start anew, your devout wife, Katrina. Sorry, blah. Okay, so growing up, I've only ever known this place as father's workshop. It feels surreal to think my parents once lived here in their younger years. The house is rather small compared to the mansion. Were they ever happy up here? I guess they were happier in their youth. What's this? Another one of these puzzle block things? So I guess the flowers would be on the bottom since it's like the brightest thing down here. Oh, no. Well, this one goes beside that. I don't see anything that matches this. This is probably on the end. Nope, this one goes on the end. What do we got? We got a bunny. Why don't I just do the bunny? Do the bunny. Body. Bunny. This one looks like the body of bunny. And then we had this. And then we have probably all these go down one. And then not quite. Everything goes over to this side. There we go. Bunny. Okay. So we got... Take the luggage to my room first. Okay, so... This is the old house. She's sleeping down there in the guest room. And I guess I'm supposed to sleep upstairs. That's pretty artwork. It's simple. Bum, bum, bum. I guess this is the room where I'll be staying. What's this? Katrina Rosenthal. That's the mother. in her youth. So which of these rooms is mine? It's locked. Must have turned into a storage room by the looks of it. Okay, so I'm staying in this room. Praise Jesus. Alright. Arena prepared a wash basin, even toiletries. I'm grateful for how thoughtful she is. Now we got another chair. Telescope. This is Remus's insect collection. I was never partial to killing creatures just for the sake of displaying it. I hope you'll find the room to your liking. I did my best to make you as comfortable as I could in this old house. I left you some food in the kitchen. I'm sure you haven't had a chance to eat dinner yet. So this is where Remus put father's old typewriter. Whoops. Okay. Oh, he has his own robin. Okay. There you go, little fellow. You both deserve a good night's sleep. I wouldn't put the bird over the top of the fire. But I guess I'd make sure it isn't too warm for him. Why did he capture the bird? I guess I skipped that part. Alright, so he's just sleeping in this sort of little bed over here. That's all this. It's just a chair. Bookshelf. That must be the kitchen. Oh, we got some apples. A couple of apple juice. Even more violets. The entire house smells sweet and intoxicating. I can't bring myself to eat anything. 2 cups of tea, untouched. Was Arena waiting to have tea with me? Now I regret having taken so long with the doctor. I don't want to use my brother's cup. Press handle? Direct? Need press play. We're missing a piece. This thing. Okay. The doctor advised me to eat something sweet. Irina even left me some dinner, but I was too distraught to eat. I settled for a glass of freshly squeezed apple juice. Alright, get some rest. I have no desire to go in the backyard. It's late at night. And they just left. You just have a whole head of lettuce here. It's like, you know, I couldn't even. You didn't get a salad. You just got like some roast chicken and some tea. Whoa, we don't want to know what she's doing. Investigate the door. What? Whoa, what happened here? Oh, is he having a sex dream? It's definitely a pretty scenario here. Okay. This is where the boys get all giggly into the 13-year-old mentality, yeah. Whoa, what happened? Father's dead? Yeah, you're thinking about the girl. Alright, so that's the demo. I guess it's like a period piece with a bit of a romance tilt, and I wonder what else we'll have with there. We're not sure. But anyway, it's interesting. It's a little bit different. I guess she's trying to seduce. Is she trying to seduce the, the seminary student, the priest wannabe, or is he not that interested in his priestly vows? Is that the temptation? Right? He figures out, you know what? I'd rather have a family. And I don't want to be a priest. Is that the point of the story? Anyway, that is it for today's demo, and until next time.